Welcome back to Man the Helm. Today we're going to talk about arpeggios. If you guys don't know, my name is Jake. I'm a guitar player, but I also run a podcast called Man the Helm. And if you guys want to check that out, it is streaming everywhere that you will find podcasts. So Apple, Spotify, whatever you want to do. Check it out if you're so inclined. So if you follow me on any other social media platform, especially Instagram or here on YouTube, you probably have seen me post some short form lesson videos about arpeggios. Pretty much what we're going to be doing today is we're going to take the C major scale and a C major chord and arpeggiate them and kind of come up with new ways that we can kind of get around and break outside of the proverbial box that we get stuck in. So let's take something from the C major scale, okay? If you guys don't know the C major scale, I'll have a link right up here to where I break down the C major scale, but pretty much this is what we're going to be working with. Starting on root 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Also, we're going to be utilizing a shape we're probably already relatively familiar with, this cowboy chord of C major, where we have C, E, G, C, E. Now what we're going to do, we're going to play that same chord, but we're going to be playing it above the 12th fret. So if we look at the notes we're playing, we have C, E, G, C, E. Well, we can look above the 12th fret. It's pretty easy because we know right here at the 12th fret, everything kind of starts to start over again. If you don't know that, now you know. So we have C right here on the 3rd fret. We also have C right here on the 15th fret of the A string. We're going to play that same chord shape, but we're not going to play it as like a chord. We're not going to play it like that. We're going to pick each individual note. So we're going to start with C, R1, E, R2, G, R5, C, R1, E, 3, and back to that 5th, right there, that G. So all together we have what we just did was play a C major arpeggio by using 3 notes out of the C major scale, playing a chord shape that we're already familiar with. Now this is a really cool shape. You can utilize this to kind of like maybe sweep into a bend. We can do things like whatever you want to do, but it's a cool little idea to kind of just realize all I'm doing is playing a C major chord right there. Instead of strumming it all the way through, what I'm doing is picking each individual notes, arpeggiating it. Moving on, so let's say we want to play something a little darker, more foreboding sounding. We want to play that minor arpeggio out of this same thing we just learned. The only thing we have to do is change 2 notes, and that is going to be the 3rd. Every time we see this in a minor sense, we're going to take that 3rd and flat it. Now what does that mean? So let's take a look at that major arpeggio we just played. We have our 1, our 3, our 5, our 1, our 3, and our 5. Now all we have to do is anytime we have that 3, we just need to flat that 3rd. So we have our 1. Instead of this E right here, move it down 1 fret to that F sharp. Still going to play that 5, that G. Still going to play that 1, C. Our next note would normally be here, that 3rd, that E, but we're going to drop it down 1 fret to that D sharp to flat it, and still play our 5th, or that G. Well, now we have that C minor in this position, arpeggio. The last one we're going to talk about are diminished arpeggios, utilizing that same shape, that same C open, that same shape, that cowboy chord C that we all know and love. So let's take a look at it. For diminished, we're going to change a few things from that minor chord arpeggio that we did, but a few things are still going to be familiar with it. We're still going to play our 1, so let's start on our 1, which would be C. We're still going to flat that third, so instead of E, we're going to play that D sharp, and then our 5th as well. This is where we're going to change it up just a little bit. We're going to flat that 5th as well. So instead of playing that G, playing that F sharp, then we have our 1, flat 3, and flat 5. So now we have 3 different ways to think about the same chord in an arpeggio sort of mindset, where we're not playing the chord as like a strumming pattern, but we're arpeggiating and playing each note individually. Now the coolest part about understanding that this shape right here, we don't have to play this shape in just C, the C shape right here. We can keep the same shape, but we can move where our 1 is at, and that's going to determine what we want to play. So for instance, if I wanted to play a C major, start on my root, C. Let's say I wanted to play a B major. Well, all I need to do is scoot my root, my 1, down 1 fret to where that B is at. Play the same shape. Now I have a B major arpeggio. Let's say I wanted to play A. I have an A right here. A major arpeggio. Let's say I wanted to play, I don't know, let's say a D. D major arpeggio. Now the cool thing about this is once you see that this shape can be moved around, what we can start to do is we can come up with interesting lines. You can start to move that around, make it a major sounding thing, a minor sounding thing, or now even a diminished. So, final thoughts. Major, we're going to use our 1, our 3, and our 5. Minor, we're going to use our 1, our flat third, and our 5. And then diminished, we're going to use our 1, our flat third, and our flat 5th. Utilize that shape right here. And you can use all 3 of those out of that shape relatively easily. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, please consider subscribing, liking this video, and leaving a comment down below telling me what you loved, or even better, what you hated. I love to get learned in the comments down below, as you guys will come to see. But that's all we got for today, so hope you enjoyed the video. We'll check you on the next one.